Chapter 9. My Father and God. I believe this is probably the most important chapter in the book. It is because of God and my father that I am a daddy's girl. My father, ever since I have known him, has had a relationship with God. I remember being a little girl and my dad went to Catholic church mass every week. He lived the word, not quoting scriptures, but he lived according to the Bible. I also remember he had a green suit. I really did not like that suit. I would call it his church clothes. He felt he needed to wear a suit to the house of God. And that was the only suit he had. And he wore it every week and was not embarrassed. I think it was more like a uniform to him. He feels it is a way to dress in the house of God. He would not then or now be late for church. My dad changed memberships in church, but not faithfulness to attendance to the church. My dad has sung in the choir, played his saxophone, and has been a faithful member to the house of God all my life. I was writing my dad's checks for tithes and offering 50 years ago and still write his checks for tithes and offering monthly. I remember when my dad had finished with tuition and began to have extra monies for himself and my mom. The first place he focused his attention to was his church attire. Today, if you see my daddy in church, sharp as a pen and sharper, it is unto God he is dressed. The green suit served its purpose. My dad literally wore that suit for years. I never will forget, nor how proudly he wore it to the house of God. That is the one place, that again is the one place I remember my dad going throughout my life. He told me that he first went to church and gave his life to the Lord while at the Missouri School for the Blind. He heard and believed that God would take care of him. So he put his life in his hand and embraced the life God gave him, withholding nothing. I am so glad that my father is saved and a child of God. Whether it's my friends saluting my dad and telling me all kind of stories that they have regarding him, or whether it's his 5 grandchildren talking about his rules and how strict he is. His grandsons often talk about his work ethic and how they are working just like their granddad. They always compliment his suits and shoes, not even knowing where he came from. My father made great sacrifices to finally dress the way that you will see him now. He is such a man of class. That is because of his trust in God and his relationship with God. Whether he was fighting for equal rights for the blind with my mom on a national or state level, or walking me down the street to school so he could show me how to watch out for cars before I crossed the street, or whether it was him riding the buses with me to teach me how to ride the bus and watch out for cars. I am so glad that all of these things continue to remind me of how blessed I am to be a daddy's girl. A man that honors God shall be blessed. My dad honors God, and God is blessing him. And for